Hey there. Before we start tonight's story, I just want you to take a deep breath, in and out. Let the day slip away for a moment. You've done enough. You've tried enough. And now it's time to rest. Tonight's story is about something many of us quietly carry, that little voice that sometimes whispers, "You're not smart enough," or "You're not as good as them." But maybe, just maybe, that voice has been wrong all along. This is the story of a person named Arden, someone who, like many of us, thought they were stupid. Arden had always been a little slower than others, or at least that's what people said. In school, while others raised their hands quickly, Arden hesitated. Numbers mixed together like a blur, words tangled in their mind, and the answers never came as fast as they should. Each mistake felt heavier than the last. A red mark on a paper, a quiet sigh from a teacher, a laugh from a friend. They all added up. And soon Arden began to believe that maybe they were just not smart. At home, Arden would lie in bed staring at the ceiling, whispering to themselves, "Why am I so stupid?" They didn't know that many others, even the ones who seemed confident, whispered the very same thing in the dark. One day after another test gone wrong, Arden sat alone under a tree behind the school. A breeze brushed through the leaves. It was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels honest. And in that quiet, a voice, calm and almost familiar, seemed to say, "You're not stupid, Arden. You're just learning differently." Arden looked around. No one was there. But something about those words stayed. That weekend, Arden went for a walk in the forest. It wasn't planned. They just wanted to be somewhere no one was watching. The path was soft with leaves, and the sunlight fell in golden threads between the branches. As they walked, they saw something strange, a small sapling growing in the shade of a huge oak tree. The little plant looked bent, reaching for the light that the oak had taken for itself. Arden knelt beside it and whispered, "You'll never grow big here." But the sapling didn't seem to mind. It kept stretching, patiently, stubbornly, toward the light. Arden stayed there for a long time, watching it, and something began to make sense. The sapling wasn't stupid for growing slowly. It just needed a little more time, a little more space, a little more sunlight. For the first time in a while, Arden smiled. Maybe they weren't broken. Maybe they were just growing in their own direction. Part 3, The Kind Stranger. On the way home, Arden stopped by a small bookstore. It was the kind of shop that smelled like old paper and dreams. Behind the counter sat an elderly woman with silver hair tied in a loose bun. She looked up and said softly, "You have the look of someone who's been carrying a heavy thought." Arden laughed a little. "I guess I just feel stupid sometimes." The woman nodded as if she'd heard that 1,000 times. Then she said, "Do you know what the root of the word stupid used to mean?" Arden shook their head. "It came from a word that meant to be amazed," she said, "to be struck silent because something was too great to understand." She smiled kindly. "So when you feel stupid, maybe it's not that you can't understand. Maybe it's just that you're standing in front of something new, something bigger than you yet. That's not failure. That's wonder." Arden stood there for a long moment, feeling something warm spread in their chest. Maybe being stupid was just another way of saying, "I'm still learning." That night, as Arden lay in bed again, the world felt a little softer. They thought about all the mistakes they'd made, all the times they'd fallen short. And instead of anger, they felt gratitude, because each mistake had taught them something: how to try again, how to be kind to themselves, how to understand that everyone, even the smartest people they knew, were still figuring things out too. They realized that intelligence wasn't just about quick answers or perfect grades. It was about curiosity, about patience, about being brave enough to keep learning when things didn't make sense. Arden whispered into the dark, "Maybe I'm not stupid after all." And somewhere deep inside, that quiet voice, the same one from the forest, replied, "Of course not. You've just been growing this whole time." Now, as you lie here listening, maybe a small part of you has felt the same way Arden did. Maybe you've called yourself names when things didn't go right. Maybe you've compared yourself to others and thought you'd never catch up. But listen closely. There is no race, no finish line, No single way to be smart. You learn in your own rhythm. You grow in your own season. You shine in your own time. Every question you ask, every mistake you make, every moment you try again, that's intelligence. That's courage. That's you. And you don't need to prove anything tonight. You don't need to fix or understand everything right now. You can just breathe and let it be. Because rest, too, is part of learning. So now let your eyes grow heavier. Feel the air move softly in and out of your lungs. The world outside is quiet. You are safe. You are enough. You are not stupid. You never were. You are a beautiful collection of questions and dreams and small victories. Let them settle like stars above you. Let your thoughts drift, your body sink deeper into rest. And as you drift toward sleep, remember what the kind woman said. When you don't understand, it's not stupidity, it's wonder. So sleep in that wonder tonight. You've done enough. You are enough. Good night.